What up again, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here again with another review for The Real Housewives of Orange County, you guys. So, this is season 19. This is episode number 6, you guys. And this episode was titled, What Voodoo You Do? Now, before I go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and get into this episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, shall we? All right, you guys. So if you guys watched the earlier video of Miami, I did say that this week we would definitely be back on schedule with the videos. That is a goal. That is the plan. Um, if you guys watch this episode, please let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, you guys. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and discuss this episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, shall we? All right, you guys. So if you guys watched it, definitely tell me, you guys, what you good, you bad, you ugly with the episode, and I will go ahead and just get into the notes. So you guys know that the girls are in New Orleans, and so they're on. We see them as they're on Bourbon Street, right? So they, I think it was Emily, Gina, and Gina, Heather, and I think Gretchen, right? Maybe even Katie. But they're talking. No, I don't think it was Katie. I think it was just those four girls, right? No, it could have been Katie too. Neither here nor there. So they're having a conversation about Shannon. Now, what I will say about Shannon is I like Shannon, but I honestly do think that Shannon is doing a whole hell of a lot when it comes to this whole Katie situation. I also do get her issues when it comes to Tamra and the things that Tamra said and did last season. So Shannon has every right to feel how she wants to feel. But I do feel like with the Katie thing, I do feel like she's just putting a little bit extra on this whole thing with Katie. So the girls that are on I think they were on the ferry. So they were talking about this whole situation with Tamra and Gretchen and the fact that they feel that Tamra wants to move forward with Gretchen. And I was like, is that what y'all got from this? Because I don't really feel like Tamra wants to move forward with Gretchen. But hey, if that's how they feel, then I can't tell these ladies how to feel, right? So we see as the ladies have split up for the day, right? So one group is going to be going on on the trolley to this dog parade that they're going to be going to, and then the other girls are going to be going to Cafe Du Monde, right? So the girls that are supposed to be going to Cafe Du Monde are Shannon, Katie, Emily, and Tamra. And then, if you have Gina, Emily, no, you have Gina, Heather, Gretchen, and Jen. They're all supposed to be going to on a trolley, right? But we found out that Shannon, when Shannon found out about Katie going, Shannon threw a big, huge fit and said that if Katie went, that she wasn't gonna go. And here's my thing to you, Shannon. Like I get it. Katie recorded you. You feel a way about how you feel a way about Katie. Like you can't act like the girl don't exist. You can't ignore her. Like you got to throw this big of a fit about it. Like I like Shannon, but I really truly think Shannon is putting 20 on 10 when it comes to this whole Katie situation. But I definitely do want you guys to tell me what you think and what you feel about it when it comes down to this whole thing with Shannon and Katie. So Shannon also talking about that Katie irritates her, and I'm like, okay, she irritates you. again, you can't pretend as if this girl doesn't exist. Like, is it that hard, Shannon? Like, I'm really giving Shannon a little bit of a side eye because is it that difficult to act as if Katie is not here, that Katie doesn't exist? Now we move over to the other girl. So Heather was having a conversation with Gina and with Jen. So Heather asked Gina, like, do you think that you and Travis will get married? And Gina was like, I don't really know what's gonna go on with me and Travis. But then, and so Heather asked her, like, how would the kids feel about it? And Gina's like, well, I think the kids would be happy about it. So then Jen chimes in and was like, yeah, her kids are definitely happy about her marrying Ryan. I was like, okay. I mean, is that why you're marrying him? To give, like, I don't, when it comes down to Jen marrying Ryan, I really don't know why. But I mean, okay, do what you're gonna do. Now, I do find it interesting that Jen is also worried about getting into another marriage and potential. She doesn't want to have to go through another divorce. And I understand that part. I definitely get and understand where she's coming from because looking at what she's dealing with her ex-husband Will, I don't blame her for not wanting to have to go through another divorce. So I get it, right? So Katie ended up coming to meet them, right? So Katie let them know what happened with Shannon and how Shannon basically lost it. That Katie was going to go with, like, girl, you can't go. Like, I'm not saying, again, ignore her. Act like Katie is not there. Like, you're giving Katie way too much. Like, you're giving Katie way too much. And I just really honestly wish that Shannon would let it go. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. I just wish that Shannon would let it go, but unfortunately, she won't. And I wish she would. I really wish that she would let it go. But that's really what I got to say about that. So we see as Emily, so Emily is telling the girls that you know actually no. So Emily is talking to Heather. No. She's talking to Shannon and to Tamara, right? So the word that's going around is that Shannon said something to, now this is allegedly, that Shannon said to um Jen, don't roll over on her. And so the whole don't roll over on her thing, it's, I guess, them saying that when it comes down to this whole situation with Tamara and Shannon, with Shannon still being upset with Tamara, she didn't necessarily want for Jen to make up with Tamara. So that was the whole don't roll over on me. But Shannon says that she never had that conversation with Jen. Y'all can tell me if y'all believe this or not, and we can talk about it further, right? So then Shannon talked to Tamara. And here's my thing. This is what I want from Shannon, especially even when it comes to Katie. Like, girl, just tell Katie, like, what you did was fucked up. And I don't, it's gonna, it was fucked up. And I don't know if I can move past it. If I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. But to continue like this, it really feels like it's a pile on when it comes to Katie. And I'm kind of over it at this point. Do I feel like Katie, has played a part in this? Absolutely. But it really does feel like it's a dog pile onto Katie, in my personal opinion. But you guys can tell me what you think and what you feel. But yeah, you guys tell me what you think and feel. But it feels like a dog pile onto Katie. So let's move on, you guys. Now, Tamara is saying that she understands where Shannon is coming from and what Shannon is saying about how Tamara treated her last season, right? And I'm like, but you did it constantly all season, and she was trying to tell you last season you were doing the most when it came to her, but you never stopped. So Tamara is saying, that's why she's not drinking, as much as she used to, and you won't see her wasted. I was like, do you want to make that strong of a statement, Tamra? But okay, I mean, if that's what you want to say, then cool, cool. So we see as the ladies, they do go for, and do the parade. So then after the parade, they went to this voodoo shop and they were making little voodoo dolls, right? The whole ignorance when it comes to voodoo, I really cannot with it. So three people did not participate in it. That would be Tamara, Gretchen, as well as Shannon, right? Now, to the people out there, you guys do know that voodoo and hoodoo is not evil, it's not witchcraft, it's not any of that stuff. Those were things that were practiced. And it's not dark magic, it's not witchcraft. But okay, y'all, like, I think a lot of people look at voodoo and hoodoo from the lens of Hollywood, where Hollywood has literally bastardized it and made it something that is absolutely not. But that's not for me to give you a history lesson. If you really want to know the history of voodoo and hoodoo, go read a book. Don't look at the movies. So we see as Emily is telling the other girls who were in there that Tamara and Shannon made up with each other, right? So Shannon, she asked what Katie said. She's asking what Katie said to them, right? So Gretchen told her what Katie said, that she called her a criminal, and she's like, I didn't call her a criminal. Well, you didn't call her a criminal, but I mean, you didn't say nothing nice to her. So tomato, tomato, right? So in a strange change of events, once again, this is all so coincidental to, if you ask me, everything that has come out of Tamara's mouth when it comes to Katie and the things that Katie has allegedly said and done is so weird. Her timing is like, in a good chunk of some of this stuff happened like especially the stuff that happened last season, like the recording of Shannon. This happened last season, and you wait until the cameras pick up this season to mention it. And even so, Tamara says that she found out something about 4 weeks ago. So let Tamara tell it. That blogger, that Kiki blogger that Katie met up with. So let Tamara tell it. Katie told that blogger that Gretchen told her that Tamara tried to roofie her. And they showed the clip from, 17 years ago when her and Vicky thought it would be funny to get not Tamara, but Gretchen drunk, right? So Gretchen is feeling upset about this. And Gretchen says that, she didn't have that conversation with Katie. And I was like, okay. Now, I did see earlier today that another person is coming out and saying that she did have a conversation with Katie about this. I don't know what to believe. And to be honest with you, I don't really care. That's just my personal opinion. I honestly don't care one way or the other. So we see later as they're getting ready for dinner. So Gretchen pulled Katie aside and asked Katie, did she say it? Now, Katie is saying that she didn't say this, right? And again, I don't know what to believe. If I go by what I've seen from Katie on this show thus far, Katie doesn't tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So if I go by the history of the show, then I'm gonna, I'm gonna believe that Katie ain't telling the truth. But it seems like Gretchen is choosing to believe her friend, and if that's what here's the thing: if that's what Gretchen wants to do is believe her friend, I can't tell Gretchen what to do. Gretchen is a grown ass woman, and Gretchen's gonna do what Gretchen wants to do, right? So we see as the ladies get to dinner now. Gretchen, Katie, and Jen were late to dinner But before they got there, the ladies were having a conversation about Katie at the table, right? So they came in and they sat down. So Tamara pulled Gretchen to the side. So Tamara is like, I'm assuming that you had a conversation with Katie and talked to Katie. So Katie got up and she went to where Gretchen and Tamara were. And Katie told, them that she didn't say that, right? Now you can look at Gretchen's face and Gretchen looks like she believes it. And here's the thing. Gretchen has a history with Tamara. Like if I have a history with somebody and it's not a good history and they're telling me something that somebody said that I said, would I necessarily believe that person? Not 100%. I really want to take everything that they say at face value. Like because especially in this situation, right? You're telling me something that somebody else told you, but you don't have anything to back that up. Like you don't have a recording of her, you don't have anything, you don't have text messages of her saying it. So, me personally, I wouldn't take everything that Tamara is saying at face value. And that's just me. Other people may, but not me. So, Tamara got pissed off and upset because she's like, Gretchen believes Katie. I mean, Katie's her friend. You're not. So, I mean, what are you so upset about, Tamara? That's the question that I had. That's the $1 million question that I have for you, Tamara. It's like, what are you so upset about? But yeah, that's my thing. Like, what are you so upset about, Tamara? Like, I just don't get it. So then we move. So they're sitting at the table, right? And Jen decides that she wants to ask the question of Tamara. Like, so Tamara, what is it with this fat picture of me? And I was like, oh God, I don't know if we want to go there, but we went there. So Tamara is saying that she feels like Jen reached out to her in 2018, 2017, 2019, 27, 20, no, it was 2013. She feels that she reached out to her as a fan. And I was like, okay, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Like, I'm really puzzled. So Emily suggests to them that they figure out what the root cause is. And I think you need to be asking Tamara that question. So Gretchen chimed in and Tamara cussed her out. So then Gina says to Tamara that you're being very rude to everybody. Katie said something. She cussed Katie out. So Tamara got in her feelings when Gina called her out and said, like, you're sloshed because one eye is low and the other one is high, right? So we don't know what you've done. So then she got up from the table, pissed off, and so Heather went in. Heather walked out behind Tamara. Tamara's just going off, screaming and cursing at Heather. I was like, it no. This would be a no for me personally. Like there would be no way I could sit there and listen to Tamara. So she got upset at one point and she told production that she wants to go home. So then we see Tamara as she's outside in her in the car, and she called Eddie to tell Eddie to look for a flight for her because she's coming home. Now I know at this time that she was dealing with the stuff with Teddy, and Teddy is still going through it. So prayers up to Teddy, and I genuinely mean that. Like I don't have an issue with Teddy. I just find Teddy annoying with that podcast with Tamara. So she's upset about that. She texts Gina and told Gina, fuck you. And she texts Heather. I think she texts Heather. She was pissed off at Heather. And it's like, but ma'am, you were doing the most at this table. Like the only person that you need to be need to like really be mad at is yourself because you really came in here and showed your whole entire ass, Tamara. But that's the episode, you guys. I want you guys to tell me what you thought about this episode of Orange County. So we'll be back on track this week. On Friday, we'll be back on track with the reviews. I appreciate anybody who comes through and watch the replay. Thank you guys so much. Also, you guys do me a solid favor. Be sure to do what it says on the screen. Be sure to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and also be sure to turn on your post notifications, you guys. And until the next time, do me a solid favor, you guys. Please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I will see you guys in the next video. And as I stated earlier, we will be back on regular schedule this coming Friday. Now, also, this coming Friday, we will be doing 2 reviews on Friday: the Real Housewives of Orange County, as well as the Real Housewives of Miami. And I'll see you guys later on. So I got to do baddies and then Hard and Hustle Houston. You guys will see that tomorrow, as well as Ready to Love. And I'll see you guys in those videos. Bye, guys.